DeForest Park haunted, yes.
DeForest Park is extremely haunted. Like, we hate you, shut up. Like,
we need to leave. Like, no, like, we need to leave. I could hear someone following us.
okay, so we just got home. We live in the city, so it's loud. We're gonna go over ourselves with some Palo Santo because whatever was over there is not gonna hang out here with us. We are highly protected. Help clear our minds. Spirit, good spirit. Clear our minds, clear our hearts. Lift the heavy weight from our shoulders. Rid us from negativity.
All feel mean, and you cannot be here. You do not have permission to be here, to be in our home, to be in our lives. You are not meant for this place. And we are protected with love and light, and we do not allow permission for you to be here.
So we are gonna eat some Taco Bell and tell you basically our experience at DeForest Park because we have a lot to talk about. Where do we start?
I would say for the most part, just like at the beginning, like when I think getting there and seeing those people spooked me out. I tried to give the benefit of the doubt.
What were they doing though? Because you're there at 9-10 o'clock at night and you're there with a candle and bells and
I don't know.
You're sitting crisscross applesauce and it looked like they were conjuring something. Like, and the app even told us like conjure.
Yeah. And my thing is that when we I was spooked out entirely the whole time. I think that's the one thing I would say, like the difference, because when you were sitting down at the rock and you were talking to me and you were like, I don't feel that bad. It doesn't really feel like that. I felt so calm. That whole time, I'm telling you, I saw something from the tree. I don't want to say, but I saw something from the tree. And I was just the whole time head to toe chills and just frightened. And when you said you were calm, I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm not even close to calm.
Talking about this, like I want to cry.
Yeah.
Because I've never experienced anything like that before, and I feel so drained. Like, aside from us like going to Taco Bell, I was just like, like you told me that I said that there was somebody standing there, and seriously, I did not remember that at all.
And even when you were like, irritated or agitated, whatever it is, like, I was trying to, that whole time, all I know is what was in my mind. And in my mind, there was somebody that was at least 7 foot tall, gray, pale, I don't know, on the rock. And that whole time that you were telling me, and whatever that was, I didn't physically see it, but that's all I was in my head. Mind. And then you said you saw the mist. I was looking at the mist. You were like, hello. I'm trying to prove what you're telling me you're seeing, because I don't want you to say to me,
no, I get it.
I saw the mist, and I'm just looking at you
but
like, what
moment,
mist,
In that moment, I felt so, I felt so angry. Is angry the word? Like, irritated?
You seemed irritated.
I felt like I was just aggravated. Like, everything was just sort of pissing me off, but not to the point where I was like, where I would be violent. It was just, I was just really aggravated. Almost like, the only way that I can explain it now, looking back, is, you know how somebody is just going through stuff like all the time, and there's just like, well, this is happening again, and this is happening again, and this happening to me, like this, like all this stuff is happening to me. It just felt like constant, I don't want to say despair. I don't think despair is the word for it. I think it's just like constant like just constant conflict.
Yeah.
Like that just felt like constant
Well,
conflict. That's the only way that I could explain it.
It's crazy that you say that, because literally that's what it felt like. It felt like you would say something and I'm like, oh, where? What are you seeing? Hello, I'm talking. You're not recording me. Okay. And then you would like, I would go to you for you to like I guess talk. Mm-hmm. No. I would go for you to like, I guess like say something, mm-hmm. because you were irritated I wasn't showing you. So I would go to you and you would just be like, well, now, like almost like, well, now why are you filming me? And then I would pan over to the where I kept seeing this figure, and I didn't want to articulate.
Like you tell me that, and I'm just like, because I never want to be mean to you.
No, you weren't being mean though. That's what I'm saying. I didn't feel like you were being mean. I felt like you were like.
But the feeling that I had, it was
confusion.
But the feeling that I had, it was just like it's just not going right. Mm-hmm. Like it's not happening, and like everything else is going on. But while this is going on, mm-hmm. time feels like it's going by so mm-hmm. slow. And then like all these things are happening within a split second. Like I'm just so like taken back, because I never want to be like that toward you. And I think that there was something that jumped me. Mm-hmm. And I think that, you know, like when you watch Ghost Adventures and you see Zach and he's like mm-hmm. going off and mm-hmm. whatever, and then we were talking about that in the car, mm-hmm. and when we were there, I was thinking about that. Like whenever I was like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like when we got to the stairs, mm-hmm. I couldn't, like, so many things happened within a split second. But it's so weird how you said that in the beginning I was calm mm-hmm. and you were freaking out. I was so calm. I felt fine. I think something was trying to make me feel comfortable with being there. But at the same time, like the device was saying, like, I love you, we are family. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, we hate you, shut mm-hmm. up. Like, mm-hmm. how does it go from hot to cold?
Well, so and even then too, like, because right at the moment where you were like, we need to leave. Like, no, like, we need to leave. Mm-hmm. All up to that point, I was terrified. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to articulate that because I didn't want it to be, like I don't want to be like, hey, I'm super scared, and then that makes you scared. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was trying to be like, okay, maybe,
But all these things were happening.
Yes.
So for you to be, I'm scared. At the end, like, I was scared too.
Yeah, but when you said, we need to leave, and the freaking REM pod was
was going beep. Off, like,
it wasn't stopping.
No,
and
like
you said we need to leave. Literally, when I picked it up, it was still beeping when I picked it up to turn it off.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of that moment, mm-hmm. it's like I don't really remember it.
Well, when you said that we need to leave, I immediately felt calm, and I kind of told you, kind of like, well, it's going off. Like, I almost wanted to be like, no, like, let's wait.
And me, like, the way that I felt, it was, I have like the chills on my spine, like, mm-hmm. even thinking about it, mm-hmm. because it's like I can't even explain it.
I know, because you literally said, I need something, give me something.
Because it was like from my toes all the mm-hmm. way up, and it was just like fear, but mm-hmm. not fear like I need to turn on the light, like mm-hmm. no, fear like something big is around me and it is huge, mm-hmm. and it's like gonna overcome me, mm-hmm. and I need to fucking run. Like, I felt like I needed to run, like I couldn't get there faster. Like I felt like I needed something to protect myself because something bad was going to happen. And the only thing that I could ask you for was for the flashlight, because mm-hmm. we didn't have anything else. But nothing was around us.
No.
And when all of that happened, it is fucking crazy, because all of that happened literally after they rang the bell. I heard whistling.
The bell ringing is going to be on the camera. Because it was loud. I mean, not loud like bang, but it was like boom. And they did it like twice. They were like boom, boom. I was like, what the fuck? Like, did you hear that? I know they heard us talking. I wasn't whispering.
Well, they definitely heard us scream.
Yeah. I screamed my ass off. I don't think I've ever screamed like that.
No, I have never heard you scream like that. Like, usually you'll do like a ah.
Yeah.
No, you were like, because it was guttural. It was so guttural.
Because before we went to before we had gone to the stones over there, before we had gone to the stones over there, when we heard the dog and we felt like the dog ran up on us, when you yelled, I immediately was like, something's running up on us.
No, because it felt like it was like a foot away from us.
When the dog, yeah.
There was no fucking way that dog was like yards away from us. Like it was like on the whole other path.
Yeah.
Like there's no way.
The only thing I can think is like the echoing of the park. I don't know.
No, like it's like it ran up on us.
Yeah, 100%.
Like for real, like ran up. And
yeah.
I'm gonna go look back on the footage when I have the strength because I'm so scared.
Yeah.
But it sounded like it was literally like running up on us. That's why I was like, what is it? Where is it? And all I saw was like the outline of the dog. And we were like, what is that? You're like, is that a hellhound? And I was like trying to fucking figure it out because all I could see was a silhouette. And I was trying to make it make sense because it was way over there. It was way on the other side. But the noise was right like on us. Like a foot away from us. Like where our dogs are right now. Like it fucking ran up on us. Like make it make sense.
You can hear the chain.
It didn't make sense.
The dingling.
It didn't make...
Dingling.
The dingling. The clinking.
Jingling.
The jingling of the chain.
I said dingling.
You did. Time was going by so slow at the end. Something touched my leg.
Even after that, you said something touched my leg. I dropped the camera down to see what was near there, and you were like, ugh. You literally go, you looked at me, you're like, ugh. And then you turned your whole back to me. And then I was like, well, I'm trying to see what touched your leg, and you're like, so like whoever was like in you was like didn't want to be caught, or I don't know what, because every time you said something, that you saw something, even when you said there's someone right there, I turned over.
But I didn't remember that.
You said there, and you literally went like this, there's someone right there, and I panned the camera, and then you like literally like that to me, like you turned around like,
I don't do those things to you.
no. And even then, if you were in your right mind, you wouldn't expect for me, you would not say there's something right there and expect for me to record you to tell me what you saw there. You would tell me there's something right there. Look, Liz, put the camera over there. Look over there. That's what you would tell me. That's what anybody would say.
No, like you just said that right now. And what if they didn't want for you to film it? What if that was like a diversion, distraction?
That's what I'm saying. Because every time, because you said, I saw him.
So scary.
You said, I saw a mist. And I was like, where? Where did you see the mist? You didn't see it? It was right there. And even when you were telling me,
I was like
you
this.
were like,
I was like, I felt like, you know, like in the movies.
Like almost spaced out. I was like, you were a little spaced out.
It was so scary. That is so scary because I felt like I was just like, I felt like my jaw was to the ground and I was just like wide-eyed, just like I could have probably walked toward it like without even blinking.
That's how you were. You were like spaced out when you were
like
telling
that.
me.
No, like that is scary.
But that's why I'm saying we were there in its
territory.
Yeah.
You know, people, like you said, people really were saying how
it's nothing
haunted,
there.
how
It's
nothing
not
is there.
haunted, you're stupid.
But
you're
it was
crazy.
but it was like a mixture. You know what I mean? That mist, it was probably like tall like this. It was huge. It was so huge.
And that's literally what they caught when they did their research.
And I was staring at it. I was like staring at it because behind it there was a light, and I was trying to like debunk it. You know what I mean? Like there was a light that was on, and the light was kind of like shining, like not shining through, but you can see the light in the distance. And from one moment I saw the light, the next moment it's almost like within a blink of an eye. From one moment I saw the light, the next moment it was bright, like someone had a spotlight on, and I just saw like this big white mist, like it was huge, like the size of this. It was huge. And then it was almost like rays were coming out of it, and I was staring at it and I was telling you about it. But now that I think about it, when I told you to film it, it went away. Like it was gone. Like it was there, but then it was gone. And then it was like the light kind of just like went away. Like it like dimmed out. But the light was still on. So in my head I was trying to like figure out, like trying to debunk it, because like how is the light on in the distance? And then I saw it and it was not lit up. That area was not lit up. And then I see it again and it's bright. Like it's freaking bright. And then I see it again and then it's like the light, it just like dimmed out. Like it just dimmed out and it was gone.
I'm gonna go down there and record it. And you literally just stood there looking at me and you're like, but
You're telling me this and I'm kind of like not remembering. We were in their territory. Because I feel like me in my right mind would be like, no, don't leave me by myself. When we got to the car where the other cars were and the lights and stuff, I felt like myself again. Like I felt like whatever was around me was gone. Like finally gone. I feel like when we were at the stairs, it was watching over still. Maybe from at a distance. Maybe from a distance. But when we got to the car, it's like I felt so light.
I did.
But
I felt scared.
No, but something heavy was on me. Something heavy was really on me, and I can't get beyond when you told me you're gonna look back at this. I think you said you're gonna look back at this and see it on the footage or something. And I didn't even, it was like I was literally away from my body. And it's like I could see my body and it was just like I can see what you're saying, and I just felt like this isn't me. Like I know I get upset with you. I know sometimes we argue, but like,
but that's not how I felt. I didn't once feel like you were arguing with me or you were upset with me. I felt like my brain was like everywhere but where it needed to be. It really seriously reminded me of when we watched Ghost Adventures. And
we were so scattered.
Yes,
we
and
were
they get
so
scattered, and then Zach has to say things like, "Hold on, like we need to, like even he'll say, like I need to get out of here.
I needed to
something,
get,
you know what I mean?
I needed to get out of there, like for real. Like I couldn't be there because the only way for me to feel better was for me to get away.
And I felt scattered the whole time.
You were scattered. No, you were scattered.
I'm telling you, like I was like, I didn't know where to put the EMF, the camera. Oh, grab this. Oh, touch this. Grab. And prior to going, I had a game plan. I couldn't see shit, but was on the screen. I heard a woman's voice, which could have been that lady. Not gonna say couldn't have, but the way I heard it was like it was right fucking here,
like the fucking dog.
And then that was literally when the fucking device said conjure, which when we were walking back, I was on the night vision. And I was like this, and I kept putting the night vision to the left.
It told us multiple times.
I kept putting the night vision to the left because what it felt like was like there was something in those bushes. Because right
there probably was. I'm afraid to look at that footage.
Right when but I'm telling you, I was like this.
No, I saw you.
Because then you would be like, oh this, and then I would and then I could hear it. I could hear someone following us. I could hear someone. Everything in my third eye. No doubt in my mind. And I think what we saw the other day, that black shadow, I think that was a skinwalker. And I think that's what was there tonight. Because we were confused, we were agitated, we had two separate feelings at the same time.
I got nauseous.
You got nauseous.
I had a pain.
We were like,
that pain was not an average pain. I've never gotten a pain like that before.
We weren't prepared.
It was a random pain, like on my hip bone. Maybe somebody had gotten hurt on their hip.
We weren't prepared.
No.
Like we were prepared, but we weren't prepared. Because I wanted you to do the ghost tube.
I wanted to do that too.
I wanted you to do cat balls. I wanted to do a spirit box session.
It's like they ganged up on us.
Yes. How many names did we get?
Oh, we got a lot. And it said boy like 4 times. It said conjure like twice, and then it was like
witch.
And Final
It's-
thoughts.
Final thoughts. I want to go back.
I was so taken back and drained from that experience because it felt like it was like an hour, 2 hours. It felt so slow.
Which from the moment that we walked back.
That was only 13 minutes. Okay, well,
But Terrified, DeForest Park is 100% haunted. I don't care what anybody says.
the little thing that I saw.
I'll send you a picture of it.
Okay, so
That way you can post
I don't
it.
know if I've said it in the recording, but there was when we were at the rocks and we had the REM pod on and the spirit devices. I turned around and come on, puppy.
I'm like, you gotta pick her up.
Come on. I turned around and I saw this thing on the floor and I point the flashlight on it and it was smaller than Lulu for sure. It was probably like this big and it was on the floor and it was either white or like a grayish, like a light grayish, almost white, but gray.
That's
and it was
the
on the
best
floor.
They caught.
I did mention that over there.
This is what they caught.
But I saw it on the floor. It wasn't green.
Yeah, and the thing is
It's
that,
green because of the photo.
Yeah,
But what I saw, it was it kind of looked like a little gremlin like that.
and that's why when you said something grabbed my
It was
leg,
small
I
and fat.
turned to see if I could catch it.
It was like a ball, like a small and fat, like a little ball thing, but it had like legs and it was this big and it was on the floor and I think there was a cat. I don't remember if I panned to the cat or if I panned to the opposite direction, but when I went back it was gone. But I saw it. And it was like, I was like, what is that? And I'm going to look over the footage to see
What's
if I caught
so
it. but-
crazy because you saw that, you saw the mist, you saw the black figure. I didn't see shit. I heard, and I didn't physically see anything, but everything I saw was like snapshots in my head. It was like somebody was taking snapshots
And showing
and
you.
inserting them into my brain for me to see. That's what I saw. That's how I. If you were to ask me how do you feel or how did you feel about it, that's what I would tell you. It showed you. It made you feel.
I felt like it kind of made
And
me
then-
black out.
And then it just like, it was like, here you go, here you go.
You know, like in the scary movies, whenever like something bad is really happening and their loved one is like, come back, and then like
Oh yeah.
they end up coming back and they fight, whatever. I think with you saying this is gonna be, we'll look at it like on the camera, or me just hearing you say that, like I think that brought me to and allowed me to see from an outside perspective, because I was not like I was not in my right mind, like at all.
But DeForest Park haunted, yes.
DeForest Park is extremely haunted.
We will be back though.
We'll be back. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye. Bye, Lulu.